The Kremlin has decided to give Ramzan Kadyrov a shocking gift. This concerns a Ukrainian city that Russia effectively wants to hand over to Chechen formations for control, Akhmat. Such plans could have far-reaching consequences for the fate of the temporarily occupied territories and create a new front of threats for Ukraine. More information in our report. My name is Yevhen Sirov. This is the Glavred channel. Subscribe and give us a like. Let's get started. According to Ukrainian partisan movements, particularly the Atesh movement, the Kremlin is reportedly preparing to transfer the temporarily occupied Mariupol and the surrounding region under the full control of Chechen formations connected to Ramzan Kadyrov, particularly the Akhmat battalion. This information was reported in the statements of partisans who operated in the region. Mariupol is viewed not as a political reward, but as a resource base with significant industrial potential, which they also want to set aside for Chechnya's complete monopoly. According to the partisan movement, additional Akhmat units will soon appear in the city to finally secure control over local resources and to strengthen Grozny's influence in the temporarily occupied territories. According to members of the underground, this move has two main objectives. First, to secure the loyalty of Chechen leader Ramzan Kadyrov to the Kremlin. And secondly, to effectively transfer part of Ukrainian territory under the control of irregular but pro-Russian forces. Kadyrov himself has traditionally been closely connected to Russian President Vladimir Putin as a politician and commander who is largely dependent on Moscow's support. According to Atesh, Chechens are already actively moving through the streets of Mariupol, driving expensive SUVs and displaying a sense of complete impunity and the status of new masters of the region. This is causing concern among local residents, who are noting their presence without license plates or with forged documents. Importantly, the position of the partisans is that Russia may give up Mariupol, not for stabilization, but for further economic exploitation and to strengthen the influence of pro-Russian forces. According to them, there will be no serious guarantees of security or rights for local residents, and the city is viewed solely as a source of industrial and material resources. These reports are emerging against the backdrop of the Kremlin's broader attempts to strengthen control over the temporarily occupied territories of Ukraine, not only through military presence, but also through administrative and social changes, which include transferring authority or control over key areas to cities allied with Moscow. Experts also note that such actions have consequences not only for Mariupol itself, but for the entire situation. In southern Ukraine, the city has always had important strategic, economic, and symbolic significance, and its transfer under the control of the Akhmat formations could become another step in attempts to consolidate the pro-Russian administration in the occupied territories. On the other hand, such steps may also indicate certain internal calculations by the Kremlin regarding control over the Chechen leader and his battalions, which Moscow uses as one of the tools of influence within its own military coalition. It is important to add that such reports are coming in from partisan and underground sources, and official Russian structures do not confirm them on open propaganda channels. However, the fact of additional Akhmat units being moved into the Mariupol area is already being recorded by independent observers as one of the alarming signals. Changes in the security situation in the region. Thus, in Mariupol, not just a strengthening of the military presence is possible, but an actual transfer of control over the city to the Kremlin's allies in exchange for political loyalty and influence within the broader context of the Russian coalition.